So in this video we will look at another commonly reported issue with a multi-point gearbox. In this case the YALECASE35, a replacement gearbox for the G2000 range of Yale locks. The gearbox itself is easily identified by the position of the latch at the bottom of the case and the hook at the top. And if you have one of these gearboxes, you may find that certain Euro cylinders do not work well with this gearbox. There are issues with the cams on certain Euro cylinders retracting the latch. This has led to customers reporting a fault with the case, saying that the cylinder is not retracting the latch. So we'll look at why that is, and to do so we're just going to remove the cover. So there's just 3 screws that hold this cover down, and look at how this is assembled inside. And what you can see is there is a small leg which the cam on its sweep around, the cam of the cylinder, as it sweeps around, it picks up that leg. So if you can imagine this replicating the Euro cylinder cam, as that turns inside the keyway, the cam picks up the leg, and that's what physically pulls the latch back. The position and the design of that leg mean that the cam has to protrude quite far to pick that up. And certain brands of Euro cylinders have got different cams. This is a fairly standard size and shape cam, but for example, this Avocet cylinder has got a different, much shallower and smaller cam, and that would have issues picking up that leg on the back of the latch. As a result, Yale recommends that Yale Euro cylinders are used in conjunction with these cases. There are others that work also, and it's important to make sure that you are using a compatible brand and model of Euro cylinder when installing one of these Yale cases, or else that cam may miss that leg and not pull the latch back. There is a second issue just to touch on with these, and to do so we're just going to show you how that leg's actually fixed to the back of the latch bolt. So just removing some of these internal components, and you can see that that leg travels within the back of the latch bolt. What can happen is if the door is slammed repeatedly, the back of this leg stops against this return on this component here. It can't travel any further forward past it. And if that slams against this repeatedly over time, this cast part can fracture. The leg hits it repeatedly over and over and over, and eventually this cast part can fracture here, and that stops that from staying where it should stay so that the cam picks it up. And instead, what happens is that normally should stop in that position, it travels all the way forward into the latch bolt and can no longer be reached by the cam, because it's gone past where this stop should be. So just be aware that it's good to advise end users that when they use these Yale cases, it is always best to use the lever to pull the latch back when closing the door, rather than just slam the door and have the latch spring back and hit against this stop. Because eventually, over time, like I say, with that being impacted by that leg, it can eventually fracture and crack across that cast component.